Hi kids, I'm RubberDorky and it's your lucky day because we're going to be talking about trans trenders. Yep, one of my favorite ones is here on YouTube. She is the owner of the channel called Queer Kids Stuff, and she's bringing a lot of things to light, real issues that I think kids under the age of 4 should be learning about. I am so happy that the next generation of kids can browse YouTube and pretty much find anything that you can imagine, and stuff like this will pop up in their feeds. It's just so good. I can't wait to have kids someday and just let them loose on YouTube. Anyways, you guys might be a little confused at this point if you don't know what Queer Kids Stuff is, so I'll just tell you it's this person who thought it would be a good idea to make videos that were specifically meant for kids around the age of 4. If you know anything about early childhood development and what age groups, if you've even had a kid, you'll understand that this person is targeting young kids. If you haven't seen this channel or these videos, which I'm betting you haven't, to be honest, you're in for a treat. Let's watch this week's SJW educate us and our children.
The shifting landscape of gender. I picked it up at the airport while I was flying over the holidays, and I was completely floored by the stories and images in the issue, and I had to talk to you about it because it directly aligns with what we're trying to do here at Queer Kids Stuff.
It supports all of her points. It totally confirms what she's doing, to her at least.
Validating queer young people. There's one article which actually says, and I quote, "By age 4, most children have a stable sense of their gender identity."
Oh my gosh. Guys, this is a serious issue. This is way more serious than I thought it was. What if kids get to the age of 4 and they identify with the sex that they were born with? That's not good. We need to indoctrinate these kids early before they figure out who they are.
That is a huge part of why this channel is aimed at ages 3 to 7. The issue is chock full of stuff like this. One of my favorite feminists, Gloria Steinem, weighs in. There's also an analysis of Disney movies that looks at what characters receive compliments based on skill versus appearance. There's another analysis of the World's Economic Forum's Global Gender Gap Report that...
She's gonna talk about the gender pay gap. It's 2017. That has been totally 100% refuted. We'll talk about that in tomorrow's video if you guys want. Comment down below if you want me to talk about it. But this is something else.
Ranks every single country by its gender gap score. Spoiler alert, there isn't a single country that's reached equality across the board in education, health, economics, or politics. Only a handful of countries have reached equality in education and health. Everything else remains entirely unequal on a global scale.
Hi, Queer Kids Stuff. Do you want to do some Googling with me? Do you want to find out who suffers most from violent crimes? Or who suffers most from suicides? Or who does the dirtiest jobs? Or who gets preference in custody cases, custody battles in courts? Yeah, equality. We should talk about these things, right? If you want, we can do a collab video. I'll totally collab with you. Because it seems like you're really focused on equality of the sexes. Yeah, we should do some Googling together. That would be a fun video.
The centerpiece of the issue is an article and photo shoot talking to 9-year-olds all over the world about their gender identity. My favorite photo is of Avery Jackson from Kansas City, Missouri, who says, "The best thing about being a girl is now I don't have to pretend to be a boy."
Okay, that's a good sentiment. But look at her face. She's not just happy that this kid found their identity and they, are expressing themselves and they're comfortable in their body. She's also happy just on the fact that it's a kid that's transgender. She's like, my favorite picture and interview is of this kid, 9-year-old, that is transgender. It just makes me so happy. She just wants kids to be transgender, I think. What is your weird fetish?
I highly recommend reading this issue. You can go to your local newsstand or bookstore to pick up a copy. You can also others. The complimentary ones, generous, funny, smart, are worn with pride. The harsh ones can be lifelong burdens, indictments we try desperately to outrun.
Alright, say you get something like hey, I think you're morbidly obese, the appropriate response isn't to run away from it like these SJW fat acceptance people do. You're not supposed to do that. That's not what we should do. Let's see if she has anything to say on that.
The most enduring label, and arguably the most influential, is the first one most of us got. It's a boy or it's a girl. Though Sigmund Freud used the word anatomy in his famous axiom, in essence he meant that gender is destiny. Today that and other beliefs about gender are shifting rapidly and radically. That's why we're devoting this month's issue to an exploration of gender in science, social systems, and in civilizations throughout history.
Holy crap, I wasn't just responding to this queer kid stuff, girl. I was responding to National Geographic. Maybe I should apply, because that was a stupid statement. Scroll back up. Yeah, these harsh ones, these harsh labels, we should just totally get rid of them. That's the implication here. That's what's being implied. I don't agree with that. Alright guys, that's enough of that. We're going to talk about the next video, which tells us the letter of the day, which is T for trans. Wouldn't it be great if a book of like alphabets and the letters was like, hey, this is A for apple, B for binary.
Welcome to Queer Kid Stuff. I'm Lindsay and this is my best friend Teddy. Today we're talking about the T in LGBT.
Or somewhere in between, we all are part of one big family. Gaming's happy, queer kid stuff. You are enough here at Queer Kid Stuff.
You know, if you just like shut off your brain and just let yourself be brain dead, it's a pretty nice message. And I like the music, she can sing. Yeah, it's just, all you gotta do is totally forget about the first thing that she said.
Welcome to the final part of our 4-part series breaking down the letters in LGBT. You ready, Teddy?
Ready.
That bear is her imaginary friend.
Okay, today we are talking about the 4th letter, T.
T is not the 4th letter. Kids should be learning the alphabet. The 4th letter is D.
T stands for trans or transgender.
Ooh, that's a cool new word.
Definitely, Teddy.
This is so cool. And that's why we should get into this. That's why we should talk about social issues and have social commentary. Because it's cool, right? Let's get on Tumblr and try to get in with the in crowd. Yeah, that's super cool.
Let's get into it. Do you have any siblings, Teddy?
Yes, I have a little baby bear brother.
And I have a little sister. Do you remember when your little baby bear brother was born?
Oh shit, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember the very first thing you learned about the new baby bear in your life?
That he cried a lot?
No, Teddy. You probably learned that your little baby bear brother was your little baby bear brother, that your new sibling was a boy.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely it.
That's the very first thing doctors tell you when a new baby is born, whether they're human or bear. They tell parents that their baby is a boy or a girl. That's called a gender assignment.
I knew the word assignment was coming, or assign. These doctors assign your kid a gender. Nobody's assigning anything. The doctor's looking at them and they're being like, oh, well, this kid is a girl or a boy. I feel like I say this every time I talk about SJWs and when they're talking about gender. A social science class doesn't substitute for a biology class, by the way. Let's move on. I am so happy, at least in the fact that we have comedic gold. I'm distressed that this is being told to kids. Gender is not assigned. Sex or sex, whatever. It's not assigned. It's discovered. It's an observation. It's kind of like science, but it's a regular day-to-day science, but it's still observations, right? So we're not looking at Jupiter and we're being like, oh, well, I think I'm going to decide that Jupiter has 3 moons. And Jupiter has rings just like Saturn. Yeah, I'm going to decide that. No, we don't decide things.
But now I'm confused. When we talked about gender, we said that there aren't just boys and girls.
You have a really great memory, Teddy. You're right. There's something a bit weird about how doctors assign gender to babies. That's because there aren't only boys and girls. And because not all people identify with their assigned gender.
Oh, so the doctors are wrong sometimes?
Yes, Teddy.
Okay. Yeah. They're wrong. Not only sometimes, Teddy. They're wrong all the time.
Sometimes doctors don't assign the right genders. When a person does not identify with the gender they're assigned when they're born, they are trans or transgender.
Yeah, you know what? She's got a good point. These doctors, they should be asking the babies what they identify as. What the fuck are these doctors doing? It's malpractice.
People who are trans can be boys or girls or people too.
And I can always ask someone their pronoun, just like you taught me.
That's right, Teddy. There's also another word you should know. It's the word cisgender. Someone who is cisgender does identify with the gender they're assigned.
Look at her face. Okay. This is a person that does not really like the type of person that she's talking about. She doesn't like cisgender people. And listen to how she says cisgender. She's really trying to mask her hatred for cis people, which is just straight people. That's it. Everyone should try to be transgender. Because you don't want to be hated like cis people. Ugh. Cis.
Someone who is cisgender
Cisgender. Ugh.
does identify with the gender they're assigned.
Okay, so since you were assigned girl and you use she, then you are cisgender.
That is exactly right, Teddy.
Fuck you, Teddy. You know, just because I identify with my gender doesn't mean I can't fit in with the Tumblr crowd. I'm cool too. I'm cisgender. I hate identifying with my gender.
Lindsay, I'm really good at this gender stuff now.
Okay, so now we want to know how you identify. You can let us know in the comments below.
Do young children really need to know this stuff? I don't want to read any of this trash. Ugh. Do young children really need to... You bigot. There is so much hate on this channel. It's hate. It's not logic. It's not people concerned about children. I don't know why people are saying that.
Thank you so much for watching season 1 of Queer Kid Stuff. We really appreciate you watching and we hope you enjoyed learning about everything LGBT, gay, feminist, all of those fun things we've been talking about.
I wear a tie because I'm sad that I don't fit in with Tumblr people.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for updates about season 2. And if you want to learn more about anything we've talked about, you can always ask a grown-up and download our activity sheets in the...
Alright guys, I cannot wait for season 2. If it's getting canceled, somebody tell me so I can just deal with it now. I'm gonna be really depressed for a week. I won't release any videos if I find out that she isn't releasing season 2. But I'll promise you this, when Franny releases her next season of Decoded, we're gonna talk about that for sure. It might be in 2 weeks from now or 1 week. I think we're pretty close to this new season.
In the descriptions of the videos. And a huge shout out to our patrons at patreon.com for helping us out with supporting this season of videos.
She has a patron? I gotta see this. I didn't know we could support her. Alright, she makes $113 a month. I know what you're thinking, it's not a lot, RubberDorky. This is plenty to make shitty indoctrination videos for kids under the age of 4. Alright kids, the next letter of the day is B. So let's find out what it stands for.
Welcome to Queer Kid Stuff. I'm Lindsay and this is my best friend Teddy.
My imaginary friend, Teddy.
Today we're going to talk about the B in LGBT.
Somewhere in between.
I can't understand how she could think like this. Like, this is so obviously targeting children. She thinks it's okay.
Welcome to the third part in our 4-part series breaking down the letters in LGBT. You ready, Teddy?
Ready?
Okay, today we are talking about the second letter, B.
Wait a second. She's right. B is the second letter. Like, in the alphabet at least. I think she made a mistake though, because G is the second letter in her thing. But anyways, her mistake led to the correct assumption that B is the second letter.
B stands for bisexual. Bisexual is very similar to gay and lesbian, which we've already talked about. Bisexual is when a boy or a girl loves other boys or girls.
This is not cool. Alright, I'm not just some kid who's been, I took a class in early childhood development, so I can talk about, I'm the biggest authority. No, I'm not gonna do that to you. But I understand psychology, and I do understand a lot about, kids. This is a mistake. This is not good. Somebody with no credentials, no expertise on these things, on how to educate children, is just allowed to target kids with her videos? The problem with this is she's saying when a boy loves a girl or a boy, or when a girl loves a boy or girl. Loves. She's not even thinking about what kids are hearing when they hear love. That's not what bisexual is. A kid's hearing that and they're being like, well, I love all my classmates, I love my teacher, I love my parents, so am I bisexual? And then they go Google bisexual. No, I don't like doing that with my teacher, or maybe I should, because I love them. And she said that that's what bisexual is. And that's the main issue, is that she's confusing kids. SJWs might disagree with me, bring it on. I'll talk to you for hours. Not only in the comments, I'll invite you on for a video. We can have a Google Hangout. We'll debate all day, fucker.
Bisexual is when you love people of both genders.
That's so cool. That's a lot of people to love.
Yeah, being bisexual is awesome.
I guess I'm a little confused. Are people who are bisexual also gay if they are a boy in love with a boy or a girl in love with a girl? And what if a boy and a girl love each other? Does that make them not gay?
Teddy is an interesting co-host.
Whoa, those are a lot of really great questions, Teddy.
I'm so surprised. Jeez. All these good questions coming from my co-host that I voiced and wrote for.
You're getting so good at this. No matter who a bisexual person loves, they're still bisexual.
I guess that makes sense.
Okay, let's think about it this way, Teddy. You love eating apples and bananas, right?
Those are my favorites.
Okay, so imagine you're eating an apple. While you're eating that apple, do you still love bananas?
Of course.
Well, it's exactly the same as being bisexual.
If you're like me and trying to watch this through the eyes of a kid, and it's very easy to do that, I think, with this music and the tone, it's very easy to remember how I was a kid. Are you confused? Literally killing my brain cells.
Is bisexual and loves another boy, that doesn't mean that he can love a girl any less. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, just like my favorite fruits. But I have another question. What about people who aren't girls or boys? Like me, since I'm a Teddy and I use they.
There's actually another word for that. It's pansexual.
Like
Oh my gosh.
apples and oranges and pans?
Queer kid stuff. You're not even educating kids. That's a pot. That's not a pan. Fuck. Next thing you know, all those crayons on the table, no, those aren't crayons, those are colored pencils.
Not that kind of pan, Teddy. Pansexual is when you fall in love with all genders.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, being bisexual or pansexual is really cool. Do you know anyone who is bisexual or pansexual?
If I was Teddy right now, I'd probably have a question and probably have a statement and be like, you know, it sounds a lot like pansexual and bisexual are almost exactly the same thing. Well, let's go on Tumblr to find out. I mean, that's what I would do if I was Teddy. I don't have the endurance for Tumblr right now. Let's just finish the videos and get on with our lives.
Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel for new videos every Wednesday. If you want to learn more about being bisexual or pansexual, you can always ask a grown-up, and you can download our activity sheet in the description below.
Oh my gosh, there's an activity sheet. If you want to know more about what it's like to be bisexual, transgender, you know, all you 4-year-olds out there, just download my sheet. I'm an educator. I just teach shit. I just teach stuff. One more video. I hope you guys are liking these jokes, and if you like this video, go check out my other ones. You might not be new to the channel. You're probably here from other videos that you've seen. But for those of you that are new and aren't cool yet, you're not in the hip crowd, check out the other ones. They're pretty good. I'm happy with them.
Hey there, welcome to Queer Kid Stuff. I'm Lindsay, and I wanted to thank you for watching our first full season of Queer Kid Stuff episodes.
Gaming's happy. Queer kid stuff. You are enough here at Queer Kid Stuff.
Teddy and I had some great times with you this fall talking about being gay, marriage equality, singing about what queer means.
Yeah, marriage equality. What? That's really something that we should be talking to kids about? It's like the social justice warriors that are using kids in videos where they're like, hey, you know, you hate Trump, right? And the kid's like, yeah, I don't really agree with his foreign policies. Or like the Trump side, which I don't think there are that many. They're like, they get kids, they rile them up, and they're like, you hate Hillary, right? And they're like, yeah, I just don't think she holds the same platform, and she's, you know, she's not that great, and she has the emails. And the kids are all concerned about all these political issues. Yeah, I'm sure these kids really need to know a lot about marriage equality. Can't we just teach the kids to love? At that age, you should be teaching them basic stuff. Like the basis, the groundwork of becoming a good person and being accepting. You're confusing kids all over the place. And we can read the comments all day long. I love how many comments there are from parents who were like, I let my kids watch your videos because it seemed like a good kid channel, but then I finally watched something and I wasn't that happy. I'm never letting my kid watch your videos again. There's a lot of comments like that.
I have two very important announcements for you. First, we are raising money to bring you a whole new season of Queer Kid Stuff episodes. We're selling limited edition pronoun t-shirts for kids and their grown-ups. I'm so excited to get mine. Aren't they cute? T-shirt sales end on December 15th, so grab your grown-up and get your shirts quickly.
Where's my pronoun? I don't see Z or Z or Zer or Zit or verb. I don't understand why you didn't include my gender. Now I don't have a shirt to wear to let everybody know what gender I am. For those of you that are kind of paying attention but not really, these shirts come in kid sizes. So get yours today. If you're a parent, you should definitely have one of these. The they one, that's not confusing just to kids. A shirt that says they on it, I don't even think leftist, radical left, SJW crazy people are going to understand really what your shirt means when it reads they.
You can visit the link to our store at teespring.com in the description below. The best part is that the t-shirts will come just in time for the holidays.
Yeah, just in time for the holidays. You know, when I saw these shirts, the first thing I thought to myself was Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's.
It will go directly toward funding a new season of high-quality Queer Kid Stuff episodes. We're going to continue learning our LGBTs, take a closer look at something called privilege, and...
Okay, I'm thinking to myself, she's talking about this new season, she's going to talk about privilege. A whole bunch more MTV News, BuzzFeed type stuff that she wants to talk about with kids. I'm thinking to myself, well, this is great for me. I can do a bunch more videos, I'll have a bunch of material to riff on and make jokes about. But really, I am not that happy now that I'm thinking about it and I'm hearing her saying, we're gonna keep going, we're gonna keep doing it, we're gonna talk about this stuff with your kids. No, I'm not okay with it anymore. Go to college. I think you need, I don't know if you've been to college before, even. And if you really want to educate kids, educate yourself first.
Have a bunch of new songs for you. If you're feeling super generous, you can always support the series by donating to our Patreon page. Patrons who donate more than $10 or more every month get a special discount on all Queer Kid stuff, so you should check that out.
Only $10 a month. You know, I've been trying to say on Twitter, trying to get all my friends to drop their Netflix subscriptions, because for the same price, you can get like 3 times the value. Queer Kid stuff, discounts, their clothes, their episodes. I bet she does exclusive videos for her $10 donators. Is there anybody that donates $10 to her or more? Maybe George Soros.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for new videos every Wednesday. See you next time at Queer Kid Stuff.
Today is Wednesday. We still don't have our video. The last one was 2 weeks ago, so she didn't even upload one last week. You know, she's really letting her fans down. This is the last video. We're just gonna skip through it. It's the most recent video.
Welcome to Queer Kid Stuff. All right, here. So I'm gonna sing a
Kid
brand new song for you about gender. I hope you like it.
What?
Sing along with the words.
But I don't know the words.
Gender, let's not get an offender over gender. All right. You feel inside so you can be the best of you and beam with pride.
Pride.
Oh, gender. Here are some ways to identify. She for girls and he for guys.
Don't forget they.
And them. Gender. Let's not get an offender over gender. All right. I hope you enjoyed the new song. For watching Queer Kid Stuff videos
Hooray.
every Wednesday, where we talk about LGBTQ plus issues, and season 2 is coming right around the corner. We're gonna debut our first episode of season 2 on April 5th, so stay tuned for that.
I hope that the first episode touches on issues of marriage equality. She said she was going to talk about it. Or maybe she's going to talk about the Dakota Access Pipeline. Or Brexit? I don't know. But I'm really excited for the next season of Queer Kid Stuff. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Share with your friends if you did. Show some support. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. If you want to talk to me directly, I respond to everybody. Slide in them DMs. I hope I brightened up your day with a few jokes. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for letting me be a part of it. And I hope to see you in the next video. As always, dork it up. Do you guys want to see what my knees look like? You guys probably don't understand why they would be hurting, but... Alright, so for my chair I have a hard plastic thing for my chair to roll on. It's a pretty nifty thing, but when you want to make videos pretending to be a kid, it's not the most convenient. I mean, in retrospect, I probably should have put a towel down.